Hutia te rito te harakeke, kei whea te kōmako e kō. Ki mai koe ki au, he aha te mea nui o te ao. Mā koe ki atu, he tangata, he tangata, he tangata. Ka puia mai rā ko te muka tangata, e hoki anō ai ki te pā harakeke o Papatūānuku. Hāpai Te Hauora, te Hiringa Hauora and Whānau Āwhina began their journey beneath the slopes of Kakepuku and Pirongia Maunga. To the hills of inheritance for Ngāti Unu and Ngāti Kahu, kia ki ake rā te kōrero ko ngā kuwhā o Kahukeke. Te pā Harakeke o Papatūānuku shares stories of maternal wellbeing in a year of uncertainty with COVID-19. Using traditional connections to their whenua, Māori māma have used their intuition to guide their healing for themselves and their precious babies. Wahakura are weaved with the intention to protect pēpi while they rest surrounded by whakapapa, manaakitanga and wairuatanga. Anei ko ngā whānau me ngā ringa āwhina o te pā Harakeke o Papatūānuku.
Every time I birthed at the hospital and my whānau had to leave, I felt depressed. I was left there alone with a new baby, to tend to my own cares, to tend to my baby all by myself.
That's also like us too, you know, like having to leave you there. And it feels like leaving you there. We have to leave and the kids don't get to see you, and having to just leave you in a whole space that's not with those who can love and care for you like we do as whānau.
Yeah, so every time that happened, it was just a takeaway from my soul, my mind, my mental health was just in decline because I didn't have my whānau support there with me.
We've had all our tamariki in the hospital, the first 4, and yeah, this whole having a baby at home buzz for me was just like, I wasn't on board at all, because I thought, what can I contribute, or how can I, am I even capable of looking after you through that experience when that's happening? And it gave me anxiety. It was really nerve-wracking because all I kept thinking was, what if something bad happens?
So making that conscious decision, I knew I had to do some research about, okay, what is it that we need to make this happen? We found our midwife, I knew straight away when I met her that she was strong enough emotionally, mentally, physically and credentially to help me bring my baby in my own space earthside.
In comparison to the other births that we've had, this last birth has by far been the most uplifting and enhancing of all of the experiences. Having my whānau around us, and as many as I wanted as well, and everyone feeling comfortable. We had our tāne outside, the wahine inside, and my tamariki were able to witness or bear witness to an experience that is part of the growth of our whānau.
Knowing that we had made the right decision to have a home birth gave me the confidence to know that I can do anything, and that with the support of our whānau, our tamariki, in our own space, we were able to bring this baby earthside, something that we've been doing for millennia, and to me that's empowering.
So post-birth, when I visit the mums and I'm asking the questions around maternal mental health, I'm seeing them kind of like welling up, and they're re-experiencing their bad experiences, I guess, really. And if you think that they have had a caesarean section with no support from any of their whānau at home, well, they haven't even got anybody to be talking about that experience to share it. It's all just like their story in their own mind. Post-COVID-19, they are dealing with the trauma by reaching out to other people that have had similar experiences so they can talk through their own experiences with each other and support each other. Using Facebook to connect with people, connecting with the older family members, maybe even going home to visit Nan and Koro. just to connect and get the family around them.
E mua tonu mai i te pānuitanga ki te ao. Ka rakaina, ka noho a Aotearoa hei rāhui I raro I ngā āhuatanga o te mate krauna. Nā wāhi pā te whakaaro, ka hui tātou hei whānau, hara mai ki te marae, ka whakawhiti kōrero māta mō te apopotanga o te marae. Me pēwhia mātou te hunga rangatahi, e hāpai I enei ngā taonga, e kia nei nā te kawana I ki the most vulnerable, engari nā wāhi te kōrero, actually, they are most valuable a mātou tonga. So ka noho, ka huitahi tātou, ka kōrero, ka wānanga I ngā āhuatanga ki te taha manaki, ko tā wāhi, me whakamanu whiri te katoa. What happened at Wāhi is a sign of leadership. There was so much going on, there was so much uncertainty, there was so much being said in media that actually Wāhi just focused in on, okay, how do we look after those we care most about? How do we ensure that there's another tomorrow, and a tomorrow after that, and a tomorrow after that? And the best way we knew how is to look after, is to give out, is to whāngai, to help the journey, to help the uncertain journey a little bit more certain. Mahi a ngā mahi, hei painga mo te iwi. Mahi a ngā mahi, hei painga mo te hāpuri. Mahi a ngā mahi, hei painga mo te kingitanga. Mahi a ngā mahi, hei painga mo wāhi.
I suffered with post-traumatic stress, really bad anxiety and depression, and so that was probably one of the real lows of pre-baby. When lockdown happened, I was on maternity leave, so it was pretty cool or exciting for me because everyone got to go on maternity leave with me. So I had a lot of support. When I was unwell, I thought that there was like a switch that could just be switched and I'll get better, or I thought that if I confided in someone then they could fix all my problems straight away, but I quickly realised that it's actually a lot of internal work and you just need to find exactly what's right for you, because what's right for you might not be right for someone else. In my healing, the whenua provided ngāwha, so I went back to Te Aroa, to Whakarewarewa, to the natural hot springs from where I am, and I went back there, had a bath, breathed in all that sulphur. When I sat alone in that water, I felt like I was home. I felt like my ancestors were around me and they were there for me, and I didn't have to say anything because they just knew. I felt really, grounded. So I did a lot of research, and this one thing I came across was to prepare your birth as if you would your wedding or your 21st. So I had a lot of things organised for my birth. So I made myself a birth playlist, music that made me feel comfortable. I prepared candles and stuff to put inside the room just to make it feel comfortable in myself. And I did a lot of pre-work, so I looked at some of the significant, strong Māori tūpuna that I whakapapa back to. So when I was giving birth, I could reflect back to how strong my ancestors are and that their blood is in me.
The focus has just in the last 10 years been focusing on wahakura. So everything else is being shelved, and the focus and the priority is being taken up with our baby safe sleep. It's significant in regards to our Papatūānuku and health and well-being for our pēpi. And so it's a natural thing from our papa. And so our Harakeke is hardly any natural than that. And so, because it's a taonga for mai rānoa, all the oranga is within our Harakeke. And it's safe for our babies, just don't die it. Within the wahakura itself, is they're able to it's not a tight weave, and it's a nice loose weave so that they're able to breathe. And when they're in there, the air flows through, not like the plastic. Whereas if you put them in the wahakura, the air flows through all the time. And so they're getting all that hauora within there while they're sleeping. Wellbeing means to me is being in touch with our taonga, being in touch with Papatūānuku, with rangi, and just engaging with whānau, engaging with our mokos. The holistic thing is about wairua, manakitanga, kaitakitanga and all that. The holistic thing is wrapped up in there. And it's all in there, it's all in the wahakura.
The value of wahakura, the significances of wahakura during lockdown for our whānau was that they received a taonga that they could utilise as a safe sleep bed. Wahakura in-bed capable devices, so it was about putting pēpi in bed with you and sleeping with pēpi in a safe space. The most value we added for wahakura in the lockdown was through enabling and valuing our weavers. When I hold my mokopuna in my hands and I look into her eyes, I see the promise of tomorrow. I see a reflection of self, I see my tupuna, I see the future, and I see the promise of my generation, my whakapapa continuing on long after I'm gone. That is wellbeing to me.
Any national pandemic planning, whether it be for services or research, needs to be led by people linked into and focused on the realities of those most likely to be adversely affected.